Welcome back to episode 6 of the Guardian Project podcast. I'm your host, Andy Flory, and I won't be storming Area 51 Naruto style this September, despite my curiosity.
And I'm your co-host, Brian Leithad. Baller man, yeah, that's me.
What?
No?
Is that something I'm supposed to understand?
Please listen carefully.
No.
Oh, did you just make that up?
No, that's what I took. Shout out to Carlos Davis from Detroit, making great content on YouTube and what was formerly known as Vine.
Oh, I love Vine.
Yeah.
I still watch those videos all the time. We do. There's videos on YouTube and it's like, Vines your mother wouldn't approve you of watching, and it's just like an hour of Vines.
Sally would definitely approve of that.
I don't think she would, actually. She wouldn't understand. She'd be like, I don't get it. And this is the podcast where we talk about all things Magic the Gathering. Brian, what do we have on the agenda today?
I have to admit something to the public here.
What is that?
That I was wrong about Hogaak being dead. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Hogaak's back.
Tell a friend.
Hogaak's back. Hogaak's back. Alex, you get that? Like, you get the...
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Right.
We got Andy's brother in attendance here. He's just sing along. He doesn't know anything about Magic, but he gets all my non-Magic references, so he's my homeboy.
So I was right about Hogaak?
A little bit.
A little bit. I said it wasn't dead, but it's not dead.
Just like...
But remember when you texted me and said, it's dead, we'll never see it again?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What's on the agenda for this week?
Okay, so we got a weekly recap with some pretty big, interesting news, and then we also got some EDH rec updates. Andy's excited about that.
I am.
He put that in our agenda for the week.
I was super excited to add that.
And then we have some Throne of Eldraine updates. Also, as well, we're going to dip into some Arena and some Magic Fest Denver results.
Yes, so last week we saw Hogaak come back in a 5-0
Again.
So
He's 5-0'd like the police.
Hawaii 5-0?
Hawaii 5-0. That's a great show. Alex, do you like that show?
Yeah,
no?
I've never.
Okay, well, his opinion
He shook his head no.
I'm from the state of Hawaii 5-0, so...
You're not from Hawaii. You were born in Michigan.
No, don't lie to the people, okay?
You may be Hawaiian, but you were born here.
I'm a Hawaiian warrior. No more locked doors.
No more locked doors?
Yeah, it's actually Aztec warrior, but, just for the reference. I'm a Hawaiian warrior.
Well, that was a good one.
Okay. Thanks. No one gets me. I'm ascended.
So Hogaak's back. It's showing it's putting up some results again. It's not as broken this time.
No, it's definitely a very fair deck. Like,
Is it fair?
Yeah, it's very fair. There's literally no combo in the deck other than sacrificing your creatures to Altar of Dementia.
Just to mill a smidge.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you can still play Hogaak on turn 3 or 4, but neat. Who cares?
Yeah.
Play Leyline of the Void. Good game, loser.
All that matters is that I was right here, so we can go on to the next item here. Therese Nielsen's back in the news.
Oh, no.
She did some tokens.
So it looks like she did a... Therese Nielsen's a little bit of a controversial person these days. Andy, do you want to explain that a little bit? Some backstory? No? Okay, I'll explain a little bit. Therese Nielsen is a very, very popular Magic artist, but she has very, very extreme political views that are
Polarizing,
very polarizing. It's hard to take because she's been a part of the community for so long, and she was, I guess, caught would be the correct term of retweeting and or liking certain political views on Twitter, and many people did not like her take, if you will.
Less than desirable posts.
Yeah, we don't want to get too political, but
yeah,
a lot of the majority of the community did not appreciate her views. But she's been kind of blacklisted from Wizards of the Coast.
I don't know. I don't think she has. They're still commissioning her art.
Are they? Okay.
I mean, she was Echo of Eons.
That's true.
Eons. I mean, her art's really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, her art is.
I mean, it's cool.
It's like the best.
But
Like,
I'm
sorry.
You
like
can tell when it's her art versus someone else's. But to be fair, Seb McKinnon's on point.
With what?
All of his art.
Okay, yeah.
He just did. He's doing the promo art for Throne of Eldraine. I don't know if you saw that. It's all like whimsical and fairy tale like. It's got like the castle as the planeswalker symbol and like all the woods. That was him.
Oh, nice.
Really cool stuff.
Okay. Like where everybody thought that Throne of Eldraine was going to be about fairies, and it turns out it was fairy tale.
Yep.
Suck at speculators.
Yeah.
Going back to Therese Nielsen, she has a Kickstarter that started in May, ended in June. That had a couple different tiers. It looks like she had 13 different donation levels starting at $25, which got you a set of her custom-made tokens. And then went all the way up to as much as $2,500, which got the donor a special trip to her and her partner.
To visit her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess, but it raised almost $313,000 among about 3,200 different donors.
That's not bad.
Various different levels. Yeah, not bad for someone who's controversial.
Sure.
Right.
Let's see what next up on the agenda is EDHREC updates. So I love EDHREC. It's a really good resource for commander deck building, for just, I guess, getting ideas for your commander deck, seeing what is popular, what's budget, what's expensive. Basically, you can use it to filter for whatever you're looking for to make your commander decks. And the most recent update, which, I mean, I guess it's not super recent, but they changed it from the top commanders of all time to the top commanders of the past 2 years. They decided to actually limit it.
Yeah, there was a filter that they had. It wasn't on the main page.
Was it? Oh, they had it before?
Yeah, you could like scroll down to the bottom of the page, and it was like they had the all-time last 2 years.
Oh, okay. So now it's just the past 2 years, and when you're looking at it for the past 2 years, there's a lot of different commanders that actually show up here now. So Edgar Markov is actually number 2. Atrax is still number 1, but Edgar Markov is number 2 now, which I don't believe he was up near number 2 in the past. But it makes me happy because commanders like Joda, Archmage Eternal, and the Locust God are now in the top commander decks of. I mean, essentially, they're all time now, which is just the past 2 years.
Right.
I love my Locust God deck. My wheel and deal bugs.
Where is Omnath Locust of Rage on there?
I'm looking right now, and Omnath doesn't make the cut anymore.
Really?
No, the top 5 are Atraxa, Praetor's Voice, Edgar Markov, Marin of Clan Neltoth, Muldroth of the Gravetide, and Brea Ethereum Shaper.
Really? So 2016 is just the most influential commander thus far, huh?
Yeah, not even on there for the last 2 years. No, and when I'm looking at things that were the top commanders of the past week and the past month, he doesn't even appear anymore.
Wow.
Our favorite
times are changing. Thanks, Bob Dylan.
Yeah, no. So I think EDHREC is a great source. You should check it out if you haven't used it before. But it's interesting to see what the top commanders are of the past for the past 2 years. Kanaeus and Tiro's up here, the Scarab God, Kaalio the Vast, Cass Dissident Mage, just to name a few. Krenko Mob Boss still stays on there.
I mean, yeah, every time you talk about Red Mage, it's Krenko.
It's the only mono red. Actually, it's the only mono colored deck in the past 2 years. Period. Every other thing is a 2-color deck. It's the only monocolored deck that is in the top for 2 years.
You greedy EDH mages out there.
It's nice to play with just a monocolored mana base.
Yeah, I play Mountain Pass.
I guess you can play colorless lands, so that's not so bad either. Let's see. Next on here is Throne of Eldraine, our next fall set.
Next topic. So Commander previews begin next week at the Gen Con panel on August 1st, and I'm going to be there. So that's exciting. So I'll get some stuff. I'll be tweeting. I'll live tweet. I think it starts at... Where can you follow Andy at?
Twitter, ATFlory. I posted a picture of the pergola we finished. All right, you know what? We skipped over the things that we did over the weekend.
What's a pergola?
And by I finished, I mean my husband finished. I didn't do anything for that really, other than I found a picture and he made it happen. But it got finished, and that was really exciting. And I posted a photo of that on Facebook, and man, I got so many likes.
I like finishing too.
That has to be cut as well.
No, what? Stop.
You cannot include that.
I like finishing my diet.
That's fine.
As of 1 day ago, I was on the keto diet for a year, and I lost 110 pounds in that span.
110 pounds?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I lost a whole human. I lost a whole Alex on that diet.
Oh, he doesn't weigh 110 pounds.
I'm being nice, but you know what? That's not the point, okay? I lost a whole band teacher.
You did?
Yeah. All 5'1" of him.
That was generous.
I'm a very generous person, all right? I'm like the genie from Aladdin. Okay, back to Throne of Eldraine.
I guess we don't want to talk about Commander, do we? No, because that doesn't really make sense. It kind of does. Because they're related too, so I guess.
Yeah, so they started doing Throne of Eldraine previews, more or less. I don't know if is it in the actual set?
Well, I don't no, I think that card that Chulainn is actually Throne of Eldraine. Yeah, it is from Eldraine. So Chulainn, Teller of Tales, a 2/4 for 2 and green, white, blue for vigilance. It is a human druid. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card, and you can put a land from your hand onto the battlefield and then pay 3, tap it, and return target creature you control to its owner's hand. That definitely is from Eldraine, so it does feel like a Commander spoiler, though, because it seems like it would actually be very good in Commander and could be a good actual Commander.
Yeah, I mean, everybody says they're like, let's break this Commander, but no, it seems like it's one that's going to be actually very good and very played, but I'm going to play it in Rune for sure.
Does it? But it says cast, right?
Yeah.
But you bounce. I mean, I guess does it?
Yeah, I bounce and cast out a creature. It's just a good value creature, especially when you're on curve. So
sure.
Yeah.
And then the other fun card. This one is also from Throne of Eldraine, or at least it appears that it is the Arcane Signet. So an artifact for 2 colorless, tap to add 1 mana of any color to your commander's color identity. I'm assuming this is probably. Is this a brawl?
Yeah.
Pre-constructed deck, and it just says Eldraine?
Yeah.
Or is this actually Eldraine?
Both of those cards are...
These are brawl decks, or are they both in Throne of Eldraine as well?
Well, I know Chulainn is for sure in the set. Arcane Signet, I believe, is part of the Brawl Precon deck.
Okay.
That's what the part of the preview is from.
What are your thoughts on the Signet? Because I feel like it's a new Soul Ring. It's going to be played in every deck, right? Unless it's a monocolor deck, and you guess you don't really care that much, but
I don't know, because it's like you don't want to clog up your deck too much with mana rocks. Like there's a point where you just need to, cast out of their spells, but it could definitely see a spot in 3 or 4 more color decks for sure.
Is this okay? So going back to Modern Horizons, is this similar to Prismatic Vista? It's fine in every deck that it can be played in.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
It's another one of those cards.
I hope it's not. I feel like that precon is going to be bought up a lot. Like
I'm wondering if this will be in every precon. That would be kind of nice.
So. I would hope so, because otherwise it'd be.
This is going to be an expensive.
Yeah,
deck.
it'd be more
$6,
expensive than
$5.
More expensive than Thought Vessel, so probably $10.
Well, Thought Vessel does also have you have no maximum hand size, so there is that.
Right, but this is literally just Command Tower as a mana rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot. Speaking of Brawl constructed decks, Brawl is coming to Arena this fall.
What?
Which I'm actually super excited about. I think I'll actually play Brawl for the first time. Well, okay, not for the first time. I played Brawl one time, and I got stomped by a Joyra deck. When I played Admiral Beckett Brass. It was fun because I had the cards, but it wasn't anything special.
Right.
What do you think about Brawl coming to Arena? I think this is the support that it kind of needed to become an actual thing.
Yeah, Arena has definitely done a lot for paper Magic, so hopefully this will sort of invigorate people to actually build a Brawl deck for paper as well as on Arena.
Yeah, Arena brought a lot of new players into the game. It was they're low barrier to entry. We talked about that on our podcast last week with the Bloomberg article mentioning that Arena is the way of the future, or at least it looks like digital for Magic the Gathering is going to be something that is very popular. So do we think that it will be sustainable on Arena?
That's the question. I've been reading on Twitter to kind of mix results. I feel like a lot of the EDH aficionados are saying that it's not sustainable, but I feel new players who are looking to get into Commander or, are new to Eternal formats like that say it is sustainable. So it kind of, from what I've been reading, is a 50-50, but I think it is sustainable just because it is on Arena.
Yeah. I mean, I'll play it because there's a lot of cards that you have on Arena that you're not going to be able to play.
Exactly.
Once Standard rotates.
Right. You open a lot of packs and they're just going to be playable cards in there.
Okay. So what Brawl deck are you going to build on Arena? So you can't use Planeswalkers for that. It's actually Legendary. This is just like Standard Commander.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what we're going to call it? Kind of Standard Commander. It's Standard Commander.
Right.
It has to be legal in the format.
Right. It's 60 card singleton, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to Google that to make sure that that's correct.
Google. Bing.
Anyway, while I'm doing that, Admiral Beckett Brass would probably be a really fun deck to build.
Yeah, but that's only going to be legal for...
Oh, you're right. No, it won't. I don't think it'll be legal. That's going to rotate in the fall. So I don't think that'll ever be legal on Arena.
I don't know. Just because it's like my new favorite pet deck, Rune, right now, I probably just will go with Chulane.
Chulane. You start at 30
Which lane? Chulane.
Oh, in multiplayer you start at 30. One-on-one you start at 25. So it'll probably be 25. They didn't mention anything about multiplayer online.
That would be weird.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, they have it on MTGO.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time, right, before it comes to Arena. It is 60 cards.
There's gonna be, if it is multiplayer, there's gonna be like 2 more nice exclamation point emojis inserted into the group chat.
What?
Every time somebody like top decks a card, I always put nice.
Do you?
Yeah. Because I can't put wow or, actual type an angry message, but...
Do you think that it's better without... I mean, I kind of think it's nice not having somebody being able to berate you when you play something.
Yeah.
Like on MTGO where you play a card and someone's like, wow, really good deck. Your deck's so good. I can't believe you got that. Wow, lucky. And you haven't messaged them once and there's like 800 messages from them.
That's a definitely toned down version of MTGO for sure.
This is the PG podcast. We can't say all the awful things that people say to you on MTGO.
You're right. It is a pretty great podcast.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
PG, guys. It's kind of nice. Although I think the standard text that you can respond with on Arena is not... I mean, hello? Who wants to say hello? Why would you say hello?
Why wouldn't you say hello?
Be
friendly. Do you should not shake hands at the beginning of a game?
There should be a text that says, shake hands.
Yeah. Shakes hands, milady.
Extends hand for shake. And another one responds with an outreached hand. No, they don't. It's what? There's hello. There's nice. There's thinking. Or your go.
Going real deep. Big brain time.
Who sends your go? Clearly it's aggressive. Your go? You can only send that when it's your opponent's turn and you think they're taking too long. So if you just spam your go, you seem like a jerk.
Maybe I just do it at the end of my turn, like your go.
Can you say your go on your own turn? I think
your go.
I don't think you can. You have to say thinking. It's not an option.
I only hit nice like every 30 seconds.
I don't know if your go is meant to be a, what are you doing? Come on, dude. Come on, lady. Come on, person.
Let it go.
I don't spam anything, but there are people who will say good game because they want you to think that they have it, and then you scoop. Never scooped people.
No.
Don't scoop.
Scoops goldfish.
Moving on from Arena. We also have Magic Fest Denver that happened. You want to talk about what won? It's a deck that I've lost to on Arena like 10 times, and I do not know how to beat that deck.
You don't know how to beat 8-man escape shift?
Yeah, and I don't know how to beat 27 zombies that come in one turn when I don't have my Flood of Tears because I'm still playing Omniscience combo.
You're playing the wrong band deck, my friend.
I know, but I don't know what to do.
So Magic Fest Denver was won by none other than notorious MTG pro Luis Scott Vargas, aka LSV, with Bant Scapeshift. Do you know who LSV is?
I
You
do.
should if you don't.
I do.
He is the legend.
Rep Channel Fireball. Okay, so the top 8 had actually 4 Bant Scapeshifts, 1 Boros Feather, a Jeskai Super Friends, and a Simic Nexus. Oh, and Orzhov Vampires.
Nice. That makes me happy that that deck is doing well on paper.
Which one?
All of them, but more specifically Orzhov Vampires.
It's a good deck. I mean, when you are able to drop stuff for super cheap on turn 3 off of your Soren Markov. Oh, sorry, it's Imperious Bloodlord.
Yeah.
You get real good. You know, I actually feel really bad losing to Knight of the Ebon Legion. That feels really bad.
Just because it's a 1-drop vampire.
Yeah, but you know, the number of times you lose 4 life in a single turn, you don't think it's going to happen that often. It happens a lot.
Yeah, especially in turn 3 when they're just like Lendra of the Dusk Rose.
Alenda of the Dusk Rose. You know, I'm looking at the one on here actually that made the top 8, and it does not play Alenda.
It doesn't play the legend.
No, Adanto Vanguard, Champion of Dust, Dusk Legion Zealot, Knight of the Ebon Legion, Legion's Lieutenant, Sanctum Seeker, Sky Marcher, Aspirant, and Vicious Conquistador. It doesn't play any of the big ones.
Conquistador.
I mean, you drop the Champion of Dusk on turn 3. That is great. I mean, it's still still really good. But no, I haven't seen Alenda, and I haven't seen Haunt of Hightower in a while either. I think that was just a one-off, maybe a 2-off.
Yeah, definitely experimental in the deck.
Right, but Bant Scapeshift. So not something that I saw too much online. Honestly, I saw it maybe a few times, and then all of a sudden, I see it a lot now.
Yeah, it was. I think it was in the top 32 maybe of SCG last week. But I've definitely played against it a ton on Moto in this past week. It is a really good deck.
There's 19 different lands in this deck.
Yeah. I don't know percentage wise, but that definitely spells like you have many different lands available for Scapeshift and Field of the Dead.
Yeah, there's 19 different decks. I mean, there's 4 field. Actually, there's 2 or less of every other land except for Field of the Dead. There's Azorius Guildgate. I mean, you've got Guildgates, you've got Blast Zone, you have the gain life lands like Blossoming Sands, Hinterland Harbors coming in tapped. Well, I guess it could come in untapped, honestly, but
yep.
Simic Guildgate, Temple of Mystery, Thornwood Falls. Yeah, I mean, you've got just so many different decks here. 3 creatures, though. Arboreal Grazer, Elvish Rejuvenator, and Hydrate Krasis.
Yep. Hydrate Krasis is in... Feels like every deck in Standard right now.
It does. You know, and I didn't know what to do when I played against this online, though. I was like, what is happening? Like, what? Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, you just play... They play Guildgates, and you're like, okay.
They play a Guildgate, they play a Blast Zone, they play a Memorial to Genius, and you're like, what is happening? These are all commons or uncommon. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it was popper. Like Scapeshift get wrecked. Yeah, I was like, oh no.
Which, by the way, is up to like almost $20 again. Have you seen that?
No. Well, I've seen that it's been going up, but I don't think that anybody really saw this coming. All of a sudden, because there's always the time when they're like, okay, it's about to rotate. The price is going to go down. You'll be able to get it for a good cost. Get it now if you want it for Commander. And then all of a sudden they were like, this deck is a thing. And now it's not. I mean, it'll fall once this rotates, I assume.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Scapeshift is still played in Modern. It's a thing as well.
Right. Titan Shift for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get much cheaper though. But this deck seems really cool. Teferi Time Raveler, which by the way, we don't see him all that much anymore. Esper Super Friends is almost unplayable.
Well, to be fair, everybody's like, don't play Teferi, it's going to be really bad with a core set. And then all of a sudden, everybody's playing Teferi now, and it's like, Scapeshift. Can't counter my spells.
I have played at least 10 games of Esper Super Friends, and I just can't win anymore. I mean, Simic Flash, really good deck.
Yep.
But there are just, I think there's too much new that's happening right now that Esper Super Friends is... probably not favorable. It's still a good deck. Obviously, you're gonna win. You're gonna win every once in a while. But it was exciting. So we had a decently diverse top 8 here. I do like Jeskai Super Friends. I always feel bad losing to Deafening Clarion.
Yeah,
it really takes care of pretty much every deck that I generally play.
Was that deck playing Sarking? Because that's like my favorite Planeswalker, like pretty much in recent years.
Absolutely.
Sarkon the Masterless, yeah.
It's playing 7 different Planeswalkers, but it is playing 4 Sarkon the Masterless.
My boy.
It is a really cool card, and no one thought that was going to be a good deck at all.
Yeah.
When that was previewed.
It is especially fun in EDH when you have like 4 Chandras in play, and then you play a Sarkon, and then you attack with all your Chandras, and they're like, what to heck?
Okay, I have a question for you.
Question?
How is Chandra pronounced?
Chandra.
Do you say you say Chandra? How is it pronounced? If anybody knows how that's pronounced, text us. Don't text us. Tweet us.
At Ballerman Cometh on Twitter.
AT Flory. We haven't gotten to that part. We're gonna repeat where you can contact us, but you know, I mean, Twitter.
You get it.
The Twitters.
Tweeters us on Twitter.
Tweet. No, Boros Feather, still a good deck. I feel like it is. It comes out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden, your 10th district Legionnaire is like a 9/9. You're like, well, that's can't get around that at all.
It makes me happy that deck is doing so well because it was the first deck of the standard deck that I ever built on Moto was the Blue White Heroic deck, and this deck is very similar to that.
This is really similar to Heroic.
Right.
I mean, Feather really does. Yeah, I guess because it's white. It was white blue. Now it's white red, and it allows you to cast. I mean, this might even be. Well, I guess the white blue Heroic in its field was one of the stronger decks.
Yeah, it was very dominant.
This one is not as dominant, but it is very good, and it can.
But we have
wins out of nowhere.
Yeah, we have rotation happening, so maybe it gets stronger, maybe it gets weaker, but I don't know. Most of the core of the deck sticks around, so.
Yeah, I think you lose a Danto Vanguard is. You lose a Danto Vanguard, you
lose Reckless Rage, which is kind of a beating because I was like literally recurring removal.
Oh yeah, 4 damage to target creature you don't control and 2 to a target creature you control. I mean, there's that, and you lose Sheltering Light. Target creature gains indestructible till end of turn. Scry 1. I guess you lose 2 of those, but we could get something new, obviously. In Throne of Eldraine,
especially with Arthurian Legend. There's probably going to be some sort of indestructible. Ability in a single instant.
Sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So, aside from the top 8, though, it appears that attendance has shrunk by 50% or more. But recently, Hasbro did see an 8% increase in their earnings from Paper Magic sales in Q2. So, it's hard to tell whether or not the coverage for these events is really affecting the bottom line or not.
Yeah, and I also think that with the decrease in pay scale to Grand Prix as well as just overall Pro Tours has kind of affected. I mean, just looking at the last 4 GPs in Denver, it went from 1568 to 1497 to 1188 to 612 this past GP.
Wow.
Detroit, the last 4 was 2020, 2553, 1596 to 708. In the past
that's
4,
the number of to at least the Detroit events.
A number of attendance for the last 4 events for each Magic Fest. Yep.
Wow. Well, it looks like Hasbro wants to double the size of all of their Wizards of the Coast products in the next 5 years. So maybe that's unrelated. Obviously, we've had a lot more coming at us though, because we haven't had this much set release. And I mean, 3 years ago, we didn't see the nonstop sets coming out. I mean, I'm not complaining. Take my money. I mean,
yeah, I'm complaining a little because I don't have as much money as I used to. Getting married kind of does that too.
Right. But we didn't see this much. I mean, there wasn't Commander followed by a new, Modern Horizon set, followed by a Master set.
Right.
We didn't have all of this.
We had the standard 4, sets, and then we'd have maybe an occasional some sort of Master set and then Commander, and then that was it. Now it's like you have Signature Spellbook coming out every year, and then you have...
We didn't even touch on that. The Gideon's Signature Spellbook had just come out just like a month or so ago.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty good. The cards in there, you're not losing value if you pick it up. Rest in Peace is a great card. And I think it's also good in Commander. Don't be afraid to play cards that mess with people's graveyards in Commander.
Messing with graveyards is very underrated in Commander, and it should
Yes.
always be done.
I know. I don't do it enough, but I need to do it more.
Yeah, I put Rest in Peace in my Sigarda deck, and it is so good.
Sagura.
Sigurda, yeah.
Anyway, well, I think that's all we have on our agenda today. So if you want to contact us, you can find us on Twitter. Again, like we said earlier, you can contact me on Twitter at ATFlory.
And Ballerman cometh.
So take a look, on Twitter for us. You're also going to be able to search for our podcast at hashtag Guardian Project Pod. We'd like to hear from you, so send along your comments on any topics you'd like us to talk about. We also want to thank everybody who's been listening to our podcast. We're getting a lot of good feedback and responses. But to help us grow, we need your feedback. So rating our podcast will help us move forward. Please share with your friends. If you're on Twitter, retweets are also appreciated. So please tell everyone you know. You can also email us at guardianprojectpod@gmail.com if you want to send along any topics that you want us to talk about. We'd be more than happy to take those on. So thanks, everybody. We will talk to you next week.
Before we go, I'd just like to give a little shout out to our two biggest fans. Sounds like you can find them at Cube Draft and Oridesu, but I think that's pronounced Orides. It's going with a little Japanese culture there, maybe. They kind of reached out to me on Twitter, and one is actually an RNA, which is a nurse, and then the other one is just a pretty cool person. We hope to grow our base very soon.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
You're welcome.
We did it. How many minutes did we have? Well, you have to cut a good at least 5 or 6 minutes.